What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Today, I want to talk about this, Derek Chauvin guilty verdict. And what does it mean for African American men? And of course, a lot of people are celebrating. There was a sister at a hair salon in Minneapolis, and she said, we can finally start the healing process knowing that we have someone on our side. This was a lady by the name of Alicia Whitfield. I think a lot of people around the world, I have some friends from the continent and, in Africa, and, they basically were very happy, talking about Black Lives Matter and justice is served. But what about Daunte Wright? Now, Daunte Wright was also shot in Minnesota, okay? In Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. When someone says that, it was an accident and taser and all this other stuff, and so it's an accidental shooting in the same state. You would think that after knowing about George Floyd, that in the same state where you had riots going all over the country, now we have another situation with Daunte Wright. And a lot of black people, in my opinion, are going to believe that, we finally arrived. We're finally getting justice and hoping for things going back to normal. When the reality of it is, for many of us as African Americans, we'll still be at the bottom of the barrel economically. You won't have the businesses economically. You will not have the politicians to support your narratives economically, which still increases the likelihood of some cop disrespecting you because they believe there's a really good chance that they can get off. We haven't won anything yet. Okay? And as black men, you don't need to fall into this narrative. You cannot afford to do that. You can't afford to say, well, you know what, justice is going to be served, so this is going to stop the police from looking at me a certain way. Listen, man, they don't even care if they're being video recorded many times. Body cams, it doesn't matter. African American men have to understand how power works in America. Like the Jews do it, like, the LGBT community does it, certain, pockets of the Asian community does it. You have to pay for what you get. I don't care what you think that with regards to someone owing you, they owe your ancestors, you deserve reparations. Hey, listen, you're going to be out there marching for the rest of your life until you pay for what you get. And I get emails all the time for brothers that want, me to contact them, contact them and give them advice on YouTube. And I'm even thinking about, like, how do you expect to grow when you don't pay? And it's the same thing with the African Americans, right? You have to get together economic agendas. You have to bring people together economically. Work with your people economically. They don't have to like you, but you have to make them respect your money economically. Respect your voter block economically. So that people see you as an economic threat. Because if you're out there marching when something happens, but you're still shopping with them, or you're not buying your politicians, what do you expect to continue to happen? You have to pay for what you get. A lot of what we have in the black community is this idea that blacks don't have money, they owe us a legacy of slavery, and then, this happens again. Why you won't stop killing us? We have to really be ready to play ball. Have to really be ready to support our people, support our businesses, bring our people up in these communities in Minnesota, in St. Louis, these other places, and that starts with respecting one's intelligence, respecting one's business, especially as black men, because you are the ones getting killed out in the streets. You are the ones that are more likely to be harassed or, are bothered by a police officer. This is you. And until you show some type of leadership or some type of unity with other black men economically, you're going to continue to see this to happen. Okay? You're going to have to solve problems for your group of men. You're going to have to support your group of men so that this is not going to happen anymore. Otherwise, continue to let liberals control your agenda so that you can continue to see what's happening to other brothers in the street. That's the bottom line. Black men have to want police brutality to stop. If you don't care about your issues, why should anybody else? And a lot of black men, as Obsidian would say, they're apathetic to these things. Our men have to get together, work together, go out of our ways to support businesses, go out of our ways to create solutions for other black men, go out of our ways to help our guys up. We have to make the extra effort. Kevin Samuels talked about this on the Joe Budden podcast. I'm talking about it. It takes certain levels of unity to get respect. Certain levels of unity for black men to care about their issues. Black men to put up money politically. Black men to come up with their own agendas. Fund your own stuff. Don't let these white people fund your own stuff. You got to fund it. When you have that, you get power. And until black men want this kind of power, then this is going to continue to happen. And if it would happen to the brothers that some of you guys are like, well, George Floyd, he wasn't all of that. He wasn't doing that much in his life and all of that. So this is why it happened to him. Brother, if you don't have any power, the same thing is going to happen to you. The same thing could happen to you. They don't have no respect for you. And you can say, well, I'm an African American, I'm Nigerian, I'm Ugandan, I live in America. Hey, man, what happened to the other brother, right? The other brother out in Dallas? He wasn't African American. Okay. I forgot his name now. But they went in there and shot him. Went and killed the man. He wasn't even doing nothing. Botham Jean. He was a college grad. But when a group of people they show you that they don't respect you, then this is what happens. You have to really push the line on this. Understand how other groups are getting power. Understand how this has to be until I die. Every black man has to talk about this until we die. We have to continue this narrative of getting black men, which we're doing a really good job. It needs to get better. Black male agendas have to be talked about. We have to pay for these agendas. So if something happens, we can pull it away. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe at the bell. Check out the first comment pinned to the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.